But it's Legend. Today I'm going to talk about a skill not a lot of us have acquired yet, and that is packing your pack right. If you're going to be bugging out or going on a backpacking trip or even a day hike, you have size and weight constraints to your pack and yourself. You can only carry so much weight, your pack can only hold so much stuff, and your pack might only be able to support so much stuff. So you have to make sure you pack your pack to the best of your ability and don't have anything in there that's useless. Now the first step into accomplishing this is making a gear list. Before you even start packing your bag, sit down with a piece of paper or your computer and write down everything you think you might need on that trip. You need to take into account the weather you're going into, the region you're going into, past experience, other people's experiences. That way you know what you might need. You need to take into account the rule of threes. Remember, 3 minutes without air, 3 hours of exposure, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. That will have a huge impact on what you're taking. This is an example of a list someone might put together. This one was actually done by a college instructor for a backpacking trip. Coming up here in 3 weeks, I'm going to be going with the instructor up on a outdoor living skills class hike and backpacking trip to help teach as well as learn from other people. It should be a good time. But the stuff on this list aren't important for you guys necessarily, because everyone's going to have different situations. Everyone's going to live in different areas or be going to different areas. Now I'm going to turn this into a series of videos, and one by one I'll just knock out different topics, such as the layers you're going to wear, the tools you might need, water purification, fire starting, shelter building, and stuff like that. That way all you guys can learn as the videos come out, and hopefully they help a lot of you. After your gear list is complete, what you want to do is go get out all the stuff on your list and lay it out in front of you. This is your first gear layout, and what you're looking for is redundancy, but also over-redundancy, which is a new term for a lot of you guys. Now I know a lot of us love gear and we love having backups to a lot of things in your pack. But when you have, for example, 4 knives laid out that you might need on your backpacking trip, or so you think. Now each one of these knives are around the same length, they weigh around the same weight, they're just as cool as one another. But do you really need 4 knives on your trip? Now I know some of us would argue that point, but carrying that is extra weight and it will weigh you down and it will take up space in your bag. So what you're basically going to do is wheedle down and take out stuff you might not need. You don't need 24 knives with you, you don't need 4 purification filters with you, you don't need 2 sleeping bags and 2 tents and stuff like that. You take all that stuff out and you put the best stuff there that you have. After that step's done, what you need to do is look at all your gear again and get back in your mindset of the rule of threes. Think about all the gear you have there and whether or not it will meet those needs. Do you have a way to purify water? Do you have a way to build a shelter? Do you have a way to start a fire? These can all be very important things that will save your life. Even if you're just going on a fun trip, you never know what's going to happen. Now that that's been accomplished, you need to go back and try to fit everything inside your bag. Figure out how you're going to pack it. You don't want to do this the night before. You want to do this a week in advance or more. That way you know and you're not staying up all hours of the night and stuff like that trying to get this done. You don't want to jimmy rig the way you put your stuff together on your back because you're going to be carrying this weight. If your pack's unbalanced, it's not going to be good. Now I'll do another video on how to balance your pack. It'll be very important for you guys who haven't gone on long trips before, and we'll cover that point. Now that your bag is packed, put it on. Can you support the weight? Does it hurt your knees? Does it hurt your back? Is it too much weight? You need to understand this before you go out. When you start walking on a trail and 50 yards in, you're breathing really heavy and about ready to fall over and you need to sit down, it was too much weight. Now I've been on a lot of backpacking trips. I have a lot of experience. One thing I've learned over the years, the lighter the better. I don't want to put 50 pounds on my back. I don't want to put 40 pounds on my back. I want to keep it as light as possible while still maintaining and meeting my needs. Go for a short walk with your pack on. Jump up and down. Bend your knees. Does it hurt your back? Does it hurt your knees? Is it too much weight for you to carry? After you've determined this, take off your pack, eliminate any other weight you can, or possibly if it was way too light and you can carry more, add more convenience to your pack. Fine-tune the bag to yourself. Remember, you're the one carrying it. not someone else. If you're going to take a long trip with it, make sure you take a shorter trip beforehand to make sure you're not missing anything that feels awkward as you walk. Make sure if you're going to use it as a bug out bag, you go at least 3 days on a backpacking trip or a camping trip using just the contents of your bag. Make sure everything is finely adjusted for you. If you follow these steps, your bag will be packed right. And remember, I'm going to turn this into a series of videos. I'll talk about different components of a bug out bag or a backpacking bag, such as what you should wear, what you should take with you. This was just a general video on how to pack your bag. So anyway guys, rate, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later.